Have you ever wanted to break into the Washington DC Watergate office building, enjoy your day with multiple women, or answer a question by saying absolutely nothing? Well, you're in luck, because today I will be making a Discord bot that does exactly that. I will show you the entire process behind creating a United States election simulation bot in Python.
Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
For the first part of this project, I want to be able to generate a US election map based on a certain given input. Now what I did is I took an image from Google, and this is a base image that I'm going to use. And what I'm going to do in my code is say, imagine I want to select a certain state such as Texas, this one. Then go to the Texas coordinates and just fill this piece with the color red. That's the first part that I'm going to implement. So what I need now is some kind of dictionary that keeps track of what state is in what XY position. I'm going to define a dictionary here. I'm going to say Texas, this is the shortcode for Texas, is state. I'm going to give the state object an array of coordinates. So coordinate 1, coordinate 2. Now I'm doing multiple coordinates because Alaska, for example, consists of multiple pieces, multiple coordinates. I could color this entire thing, but then this thing would not be colored, and that would be impractical. Now Texas only has like this one big piece of land, so I won't need multiple, but that's the idea. Now I will need a state class. So I'm going to define a state class. The state consists of a list of coordinates, and that's it. Now there's also a default color for each state, so each state by default is gray, which you're gonna see change in a minute. That's it. So each state has their own color and their own coordinates. So let's say we have Texas. I will copy Texas, this is Washington. If I put this in Paint, because this is literally what I'm going to do in code. So let's say I want to make this state red. Now as you can see, oh god, there's this little piece of land that's not red. But that's the reason why I gave multiple coordinates for each state, because each state might have a bunch of islands. Then you get this, and you want to fix that. It's not going to be perfect, as you can see, but it's one way to go. I defined 3 colors: gray, red, and blue. Gray is for undefined, so we don't know what the results are yet. Red is for Republican, of course, and blue is for the Democratic Party. I'm going to need a function to actually draw the map. So that's the function I'm going to make here. I opened this image, this one, to memory, but we still need to draw to it. So I want to loop over every single state and then draw each state. I do this by saying I want to loop over every state in the dictionary. Then for every state I want to see, okay, what are your coordinates? And then I'm going to fill every coordinate with the color that is assigned to this state. And by default this color will be gray. So first of all I have to put in coordinates, otherwise this is never going to work. So I'm now assigning 100, 100 to Texas. Go. So it's going to run, it's going to be fine. But as you can see, nothing happened because the image is still in memory. We need to actually save the image somewhere. To do that, we have to make some very difficult calculations. We have to press dot SAVE, but then we also have to provide a path to where we want to save it. So let's say result PNG. That was very difficult. Yeah, I didn't expect that this was going to work anyway. Yeah, see, you need to return the image before you can actually make or you need to return the map that's in memory before you can make adjustments. Otherwise you're making adjustments to nothing, because I said save and I didn't return anything. So there we go. Okay, so now we can see there's a result PNG. Now what's happening here? Ooh, Iowa got a very fancy color. Now this is because it's gray, and this is basically a guess. So I could now say, okay, well, whatever. I'm assigning this to Iowa. making it very easy for myself and now just guessing the rest of the states. This is going to be very difficult, especially if you consider these small islands over here. Like, that would be terrible. And over on the east coast you have some very small states, so that would be a lot of work. So to fix this, I found a website. This website's really cool, because what you can do is you can go over to a certain point on your map and you can select it, and you will get the coordinates in the same format as a tuple that I'm using in the project right now. So then I can go back to my code. I can say, well, I want, instead of these coordinates, I want these ones. I can run it. Now I go back to the result, and as you can see, it's using this state. This was fun, but I also want to select this state over here. So I want this one to be gray, but I also want this one to be gray. So then I could say, okay, well, Iowa also consists of this piece from now on. So then I run this. As you can see, we now have 2 pieces that are filled, which is really cool. But I don't think people in this state really like that these guys took over. You know, you gotta be balanced with it. Each state, I'm just going to click, okay, these are the coordinates, these are the coordinates, and then add them all to this dictionary. So I will get back to you when I am done with this, because this is going to be a little bit of a tedious process and it's going to take a bit of time. I am done. This took quite a while, even though I had my map over there. So if I would have guessed the coordinates, it would have been even worse. So what you can see is that I have all these states over here. So then when I hit run, it should color all the states, and it's also taking a bit longer. There are ways to optimize this, which I will probably go over either in this video or in the next one. But what you can see is the result PNG is now completely gray. I could also say something like, well, I don't want it to be gray. I want the default color to be red. Now I run this. It took a while. Now it's red, which is almost killing my eyes. I mean, not in a political sense, of course. I don't want to get involved into that, but in actual discussion making. Okay, so it's gray again. But what if I want to say Texas is supposed to be red, and then Nevada is supposed to be blue, according to the latest results, of course. Now I run this. And did it run? No, it didn't. Map does not support. Oh, whoops. Yeah, you have to type states. You have to say like what attribute you are referring to, of course. Otherwise it doesn't work. Me and Python are having such a great time. Run it. Tuple has no attribute coordinates. You know, oh, of course. So I need to say, I want the states in this map. I now selected Texas. I need to assign the color. You cannot just completely change it for no reason. Okay, now I can run it. Okay, there we go. Now we look at the map, and you can see we specifically said Nevada is supposed to be blue, Texas is supposed to be red. We are doing great. There you have it. We can now generate US election maps. In the next episode, I will add interaction with the Discord API, so subscribe and join my Discord server, then you won't miss out.